Okay, it looks like we have a few folks starting to join. We'll give a minute here for folks to get logged in. How's everyone's morning going so far? Great. Okay, folks. Well, I think that we have quite a few folks that have joined, so we'll go ahead and get today's webinar started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Please let me know if there are any technical challenges in viewing it. I'll go ahead and get that started now. Okay, can I just get a quick confirmation from my panelists that they can see the screen?
Yep.
Fantastic. Well, welcome, guys. My name is John Mark Antok. Here with ZPortals. Really excited to be joined by my colleagues Marina and Emmanuel. They are on video here as well. And in today's webinar, we're going to be introducing ZPortals, the unified client portal for Zoho One, why it was created, and what we can do with it. So with that being said, let's dive into today's agenda. We're going to first discuss why we created ZPortals. We've been in the Zoho ecosystem for quite some time, and this was born out of a need from servicing hundreds of clients of our own on the professional services side. We'll then dive into some of the integrations that we felt were most important for this portal and why we chose to build it on WordPress as well. We'll then dive into the sign-up process. We'll actually go through an installation so you can see how easy it is to get started and get a portal spun up. We'll run through some of the configuration settings and the customization that you can do to really dial it in to be your own. And then we'll actually go over to a fully built out portal so you can see how all of the functions and features can work and how they can be applied for different use cases. We have a great promo going on, so we'll touch on that and then open it up for some Q&A. So with that being said, let's dive into the Zoho ecosystem as a whole for a sec. The whole ecosystem has really come so far in the last 5 years. We've seen the advent of Zoho One, and it's very rare these days that we see any client really just using one Zoho app. I think that we all tend to dive in and begin with CRM, and then it's a natural progression to use Desk, use Projects, the Finance Suite. And so we start to expand through the Zoho ecosystem. It becomes increasingly important to be able to maintain an efficient relationship with our clients. And Zoho has some fantastic portals that are product specific, but we don't have a unified portal where we can create this one-stop shop for clients to be able to update account information, submit a support ticket, track their project, pay an invoice, view a dashboard, you name it. And that was really the impetus for us creating ZPortals. It's a unified client portal plugin that allows you to create this one-stop shop for clients and create this cohesive dashboard where clients can have access and interact with all of these main Zoho products. So that was really the impetus behind why we created ZPortals. And when we looked to deploy it, we wanted it to be really quick and easy to set up. We also wanted it to be customizable. These days, we really wanted to create a cohesive branded experience and facilitate a platform that allowed you to build brand loyalty and really have a smooth communication platform in interacting with your clients. So WordPress was chosen because it allows us to do a few things very quickly and efficiently. We can piggyback on a lot of the single sign-on capabilities with WordPress. So if you have gated content or memberships on a WordPress site, those can be leveraged. We have a whole content builder that we can create custom pages and really allow for us to customize the plugin branding experience directly on your website so that it really looks like you are on your main website, which you are. It's just a plugin on a page on your existing site. So let's go in and we'll actually take a quick tour of the website itself. Can you guys see the main website here? So ZPortals, when we were looking at how we were going to build out integrations to different products, we really assessed what are the main apps out of the now 45 plus apps in the Zoho ecosystem that clients use the most, or at least that we need to bring into a portal to allow users to interact with. At the center of things is really the CRM. That's really a given that we wanted to be able to invite clients through a contact record in the CRM. We certainly wanted them to be able to pay for invoices, manage their subscriptions, update credit card options. Being able to securely upload and transfer files became important, which is why we integrated WorkDrive. Of course, we wanted to give clients the ability to communicate, submit support tickets, and access a knowledge base through Zoho Desk. We then got into some more advanced use cases where we saw that clients wanted to be able to have an e-commerce store and have that integrate with Zoho Inventory, or securely share passwords if you're a professional services firm and need to get login access to a client site. We now have integrated Vault so that clients can manage their passwords and secrets all securely through the portal. And of course, we have Zoho Sign so that clients can see their signed documents. And then there's a number of ancillary app integrations like Google Maps for address verification. Zoho Forms is now integrated so you can facilitate faster onboarding, surveys, and even analytics. So curated dashboards can be embedded in the portal as well, which we'll dive into here later on in this webinar. So these are the main apps that we've deployed here for the first release of ZPortals. It provides a very robust platform for you to create that unified experience. So some of the main features and benefits that we have kept in mind when we're deploying these portals is really we wanted it to be integrated to your website so that you can create this unified experience. We also have acknowledged that this is going to help drive traffic to your site, which is going to increase your search engine optimization, build brand loyalty, keep clients coming back to your site where you can cross-sell, upsell your services or products. So we're going to see an increase in web traffic. Of course, we're going to have a unified experience for all Zoho data, so we can keep our databases up to date and clean. We made it as a no-code, low-code solution, so you can leverage some of the same features that you used to on the back end of Zoho with a drag and drop functionality to pick and choose which products, modules, fields you want to display to a client. But we also have some of the really nice customization options that come with WordPress, like the ability to customize the CSS and JavaScript, so you can really dial in the user experience to match your site. At the end of the day, this helps to increase customer loyalty, and it's all deployed on your existing server where no data is stored in a plugin. It's all run directly off of your site and between Zoho. So from a security standpoint, everything is encrypted and transfer, and nothing is stored on site. So this can be a great solution for some of the more sensitive information that you may need to collect or transmit with your clients. So let's go ahead and actually run through the process of signing up and getting a site installed here. So if we head onto the site, please feel free to peruse some of our use cases and integrations. Check out the FAQ. We have some really cool case studies coming along that will show you how you can leverage certain features to meet needs. And we'll go ahead here and get started with a free trial. We have a few different options available depending on how many clients you're inviting to the portal, and we'll touch on some of the usage and pricing towards the end. There's also a little calculator here that can help you determine which version is going to be best for you. We're going to go ahead and get started with this free trial. I got my Nick Fury test email here. And we'll go ahead and create our password. Okay. So as we're signing up here, what we're actually doing is creating you an account. This is going to allow us to check out, get the license, download the plugin, and then we'll be able to get things configured here. So here you can see that we've been logged in. We need to sign up here for the basic plan to get our license. There's a free trial that is a standard 14-day. We're actually going to be running a promotion here to extend that to a 30-day trial for the next couple of weeks for Black Friday. So please take advantage of that. I'm going to go ahead and get checked out here, and we'll be able to proceed. So give me a quick sec to pop in my info. And you'll have to forgive me, I'm awful at typing and speaking at the same time. Okay, so here we are. We have now checked out. So we can actually go back to the login page, and this is going to take us to the dashboard. You can see here that we have a link to download the plugin. So I'm going to go ahead and download the latest version of that. I'm going to go ahead and under the account info tab, we'll have our license in here. It'll also be emailed to you. So if you need to grab it from there, you can certainly do so. So I'm going to go ahead, copy this license key. We have our zip file. So I'm going to head over to our website now so that we can actually get this configured. So as I mentioned earlier, we chose WordPress as the platform to really build this portal on. Now, if you have a WordPress website like this dummy site here, it's very easy. We can simply create a new page, drop a shortcode for the plugin on that page, and you're off and running. For those of you who don't build your site on WordPress, it's actually very easy to just install WordPress on a subdomain or on your website, and then our plugin fits in directly onto that install. So I'm going to go ahead and log into the back end of WordPress here. We're going to go ahead and head over to plugins. We're going to add a new plugin. Let's go ahead and upload that. Once it's installed, you're going to go ahead and activate the plugin. That's going to add this menu option here on the left. And from here, we can go ahead and drop in that license key that was emailed and also available in the account tab in your portal. So here we are. We've gone ahead and authenticated our license. We have our free trial. Now, the next step is going to be connecting the various Zoho apps to the portal. So it's a really good idea to head over to our knowledge base to make sure that you've gone ahead and really just cleaned up and connected all of your Zoho apps. This is a unified portal that's going to sync data from every app that you connect to it. So if you have a user who has a duplicate record in one app, you may not be pulling the right records. So it's really a good idea to go through and make sure that all of your Zoho apps are connected, your contacts are deduplicated, and that you have everything cleaned up so that when we invite a user to the portal, they really only see the data that is relevant to them. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and get the CRM connected. So we're going to head down to our Zoho API settings. First thing we want to do is choose the domain that we signed up for Zoho, and then we're going to choose the portal type. This is quite important because when we invite a user to the portal, we can choose to display the data based off of an account record if you're in a B2B relationship, or simply just the contact record if you are in a business to consumer relationship. What this means is that if I am invited to the portal as a contact record in a B2B or business to business setup, then the data that I'll see in the portal will all be related to my company's account record in the system. However, if you set it up to be contact-based, I'll only see records that have a direct relationship to my contact record. So in most cases, you're going to want to stick with default, but for those of you who have configured Zoho to not include the accounts module, you can go ahead and select that contact-based setup. Okay, so this is just letting us know that we need to make sure that we have that correct setup because that's going to affect what data will show. So to get each of the apps connected, we're going to be authenticating through OAuth. We need to drop in the organization ID. So we're going to head over to our CRM, and we're just going to copy this org ID out of the URL and hit authorize. We'll go ahead and select our production and give the plugin access to CRM data. So now that we've connected the CRM, we can go through and connect the other apps. In the interest of time, we have another account that we've connected all of those apps. So I'll dive into that to show you what a full user experience looks like. But it's quite simple. You simply follow these on-screen instructions to activate the integration. You would drop in the organization ID, and similar to the CRM, we'll go ahead and authorize each app. Once you've connected all the apps that you want, you can then head over to the customization to begin to install the plugin and then configure the settings. If you have an inkling that you may use a product in the future, I recommend that you go ahead and get that connected from the get-go. That way it's all set up and ready for you if you want to add a new tab in the future. So we'll go ahead and connect in books here to add just one more option for the portal settings. So we'll head over to books. We'll go to the US version. And then up here, we'll be able to grab our organization ID. Make sure that you grab the org ID, not the user ID, when grabbing it from the finance suite. Also, double check that you don't have any leading or trailing spaces when you go through and do the pasting. Okay, so we have a couple of apps connected here, and you can see that we now have a few different options to go ahead and start to configure the plugin. The first thing that I like to do is go ahead and create a new page where we can drop in the shortcode. This can be really helpful because you can actually open up the plugin on a different screen, adjust the settings on the admin side, and then be able to see a live view of what the portal is going to look like for an end user. So the first thing I'm going to do is head over to the info tab over here, and we're going to go ahead and copy this shortcode. This is going to allow us to then create a quick page. We'll call it client portal. We simply drop in that shortcode and hit publish. Something that you are going to want to check here is every WordPress install may come with a slightly different page builder. So your user interface may look a little bit different than mine. This is just the standard. You may have some additional settings to adjust your page layout. The plugin comes with a layout that you may want to select. That just helps with some of the formatting. So once we have our plugin installed, I'm going to go back to the settings over here. We're going to head over to customization. And now we can see that since we connected the CRM, all of the modules, both standard and custom, have been synced to the plugin. So we can actually now pick and choose which modules and which fields in those modules we want to show to a particular user. So as a standard, we typically see the contacts module being shown. We're going to have the accounts module shown so that they can manage their profile. And then we have many other modules that we may want to bring in. For example, we've created a custom module called client tasks. This allows you to assign a task in the CRM and have it displayed here in the portal for a user to see an update. I'm just going to stick with those two for now. We're going to go ahead and go to the dashboard content. The dashboard is essentially the home page or the landing page where a user is taken to when they first log in. We've created quite a few different content elements so that you can do things like add banner images, text blocks, video embed links. You can even embed whole web pages or Zoho Analytics dashboards, which will show you a slick example of. We have some quick links, and you can also show the account manager info embedded on the home page. So if you are a client logging in, probably one of the things you want to know is, well, who's my account manager and how can I get in touch with them? We can show that information right here. So we'll go ahead and click down here to the profile. This is again the main account settings. So we will obviously want to show them their account. We can rename this menu to the My Profile, My Account. So you don't have to stick with the standard module name from the CRM in the portal. We can rename that. We can also choose a different icon to display in the portal as well. So let's go ahead and do the building icon for my account. We can choose the date format and specify some of the hierarchy, since the portal allows for a single sign-on. If you are a client user who's part of a global organization with parent and child organizations, you can just have one login to see all of that data. So the plugin allows for a lot of customization in terms of determining what users have view, access, read, write, delete at both the module level as well as the field level. So we have quite a few options to determine that access. And then the layout builder is very similar to what you'd see in Zoho. So you can simply drag and drop the fields that you want to display in the portal. And then much like Zoho, you can go ahead and define the permissions for that field. We even include multiple profiles, so you can actually assign a profile to a user to give some users access or write access to fields while others just read only. So the layout builder is pretty flexible, and a pretty slick addition to the layout builder is the ability to actually add additional content embedded within the layout. So you can actually embed videos, images, text blocks directly within the layout builder, and we'll touch on that here in a sec as well. So once you've gone through and specified the different tabs that you'd like to display in the portal, we can go ahead and define what kind of users we want to invite. We actually have a few different options for provisioning users. You can have users self-register through your website. You can also invite them directly through the CRM, and we'll show you an example of that. You can assign different profiles where you can determine what modules and permissions each profile has access to, and then also specify some of your security settings as well. Finally, on the settings side, I want to show you the design settings, where we can actually choose from one of 6 standard themes. Each has options for about 4 different standard color schemes, and you can actually further refine all of your color palettes on the Appearance tab. And for those of you who want to really dial it in, you can add your own custom CSS and JavaScript. So in the interest of time, I'm going to hop over to our fully built out demo, and you can see how all of these settings come together in a live example. I'll go ahead and log out of this user and show you what the login page looks like. So this is just another demo that we've built out. We've gone ahead and connected all the apps to this demo. We can see here that I'm going to log in as a client user. The login screen is really that page that you saw earlier before the shortcode. So here's a standard website. You can easily add a link to log in. This takes them to that page with the shortcode, and then we can go ahead and log in as a user. Now, this particular portal has been set up as an account-based login. We can see here that Iris was able to log into her dashboard. We have our banner image, an about text, a video embed for YouTube, some quick links, which can be great for onboarding. So if you think about this from a process standpoint, we see a lot of our users deploy a portal for not only collecting information to develop proposals and allow them to view and accept quotes, but also for onboarding. So some users will go ahead, and when a client has signed an agreement, they'll invite them to the client portal, and then on this home page have an onboarding video, maybe some quick links through Zoho forms to facilitate some onboarding, and then we will be able to show them their account manager as well. We can see here that this particular user is part of this Global Services Inc. And because Global Services is a parent organization, Iris here has access to the national company and the local service providers as well. So this plugin supports this hierarchy of a single sign-on so that a user can access multiple accounts that are in a parent-child relationship, but you can also tag a user to additional accounts. So for instance, if you are a CPA firm and you want to invite a client to the portal, you can have one login where that user can manage both their business account with you as well as their personal. They may not be in that parent-child relationship in the CRM, but we can actually have a single sign-on for both the personal and the business. So as you can see from a customization standpoint, we have quite a bit of flexibility here to dial in the colors of the plugin so it matches the overall look and feel of the site. The user can go over here to manage their profile. This is great if you have clients that you maybe need to keep billing address information up to date. Maybe you want users to be able to upload insurance certificates or licenses. We can actually upload documents directly to the attachment section in the CRM. Other organizations who may need to add in additional locations, we can actually give them the ability to see their locations, add new accounts directly into the CRM, and just speed up some of that admin work that you may have to do with clients. Of course, when we display contact records, we can help keep those up to date. We actually support a gallery view, so you can have profile images and allow admins to add or manage contacts. We can apply filters and search to records here as well. When it comes to some of the other integrations like Zoho Desk, we support all of the tickets and ticket threads. You can actually embed the knowledge base and community forums as an ASAP widget directly on the site as well. Would love to show you guys some use cases for that if you'd like to follow up. So users can add tickets through here. When it comes to Zoho Books, we can view invoices, fund retainers, see a statement of payments, and actually pay for those invoices by viewing the invoice directly on Zoho's hosted domain. So if you have your payment gateway configured, clients can pay those invoices and those payments automatically reconcile with that invoice. When it comes to Zoho subscriptions, we actually have quite a bit of flexibility to choose which products and plans are reflected in the portal. We can give clients the ability to sign up and manage their credit card on file for subscription. You have the option of giving them the ability to cancel or not through the portal. For document management with WorkDrive, you can securely transfer files up to 500 megabytes directly into your WorkDrive folder. Zoho Sign will show your signed documents, so you can have contracts at hand and service agreements. Zoho Vault, again, you can assign different chambers so that clients can securely manage their secrets if they have any, and you can choose whether they have view-only access or add and delete privileges as well. You also have the ability to share custom modules with subforms. So this can be quite interesting if you want to show scopes of work, or we have some pretty cool use cases where we have managed services firms use our portal to allow their clients to manage assets under a certain contract. So if you have a service agreement that's covering certain serialized inventory, those clients can actually see the items that are covered under that service agreement, submit requests for a covered item, or maybe add an additional computer that they may buy under a service agreement. So we have quite a bit of flexibility in determining what fields are shown and how we display a subform, for example. And there's some really cool use cases where we can merge this into a nice proposal for electronic signature through Zoho Sign. So be sure to check out some of our case studies to look at some of those workflows. So we really have the ability to bring in information from a myriad of different Zoho products and really create this one-stop shop for clients. This really culminates in syncing all of this information to Zoho Analytics, so you can create user-specific dashboards that are directly embedded in the portal. So here you can see an example dashboard that we've loaded in from Zoho Analytics, and you can actually have all of the data on this dashboard dynamically display only relevant data to the account that's logged in. So you don't have to create customized dashboards for every single client. You can create a universal dashboard and then apply a dynamic filter so that the user who's logged in only sees the data that's relevant to them through Zoho Analytics. And this is a great use case if you want to bring in third-party data into the portal. You can sync it to analytics and have it display in the portal. Maybe you want to show an overall project status or summary from Zoho projects. We can create a projects dashboard and embed that into the portal as well. So we really have quite a bit of flexibility when it comes to creating this one-stop shop and dialing in the user interface and overall appearance to really have it be a turnkey solution on your site. So with that, I think that kind of rounds out a good whirlwind tour of the plugin. I'd love to open it up to any feedback or questions. There are a lot of things that we can dive into, from inviting users to the portal to maybe choosing the layout builder and refining what fields are available. So let's go ahead and open it up to questions. Okay, so we have a couple of questions here about the time that it takes to really get a portal set up. So that's a little bit variable based on how many products you want to add to the portal. As you saw, it was actually pretty quick and easy for us to go ahead and get a license, install the plugin, and connect an app. I'd say that it's no more than an hour or two to go ahead and actually get the plugin installed and connected to Zoho. And then from there, it's really a matter of doing your drag and drop to build your different layouts for a user. When it comes to the user interface and adjusting some of the appearances, that usually it's fun to go and explore some of the icons and play with the color schemes. So I'd say another couple of hours or so to really move around your menu options to determine whether you want it at the top or on the side, and really make sure that the branding fits your site. When it comes to inviting users to the portal, I'd say that takes about another hour to configure, depending on whether you want to allow users to self-register for the portal or if you're going to be inviting them through the CRM. To invite them through the CRM, it's pretty quick and easy. On the CRM side, as part of the configuration, if you're going to be inviting users, you will go ahead here to the settings tab. Under the marketplace, you'll head over to all. Go ahead and search for ZPortals. Oops, let's do portal. Search for client portal, you'll see ZPortals show up here. If you do search for ZPortals, include the space. And this extension over here will add in a button on the contact record that will allow you to invite a contact directly from the CRM. This will add in an email template that will invite the user to the CRM and just ask them to put in a password, and it'll auto approve that sign up. We have a lot of great help documentation to really speed along the installation of the plugin. So if you head over to the instructions tab over here, it's going to take you to our knowledge base, and we have a great quick start guide and some instructions on making sure that everything gets kicked off the way you need it to. So overall, I'd say that it's probably 5 hours to get a basic portal up and running. We've seen some really cool advanced use cases where clients have invited multiple stakeholder groups. So we've had product companies that have invited their manufacturers reps and have a portal for them to be able to have insight into their whole distribution network. So this particular client has manufacturers reps portal, a distributor portal, and a dealer portal. So these third-party groups who are responsible for sales in certain territories can have dashboards to show them how their territory is doing. They can submit new deals and really administer their territory through these portals. So depending on your use case, it can be very quick and easy to set up, or you may want to take some time to invite multiple stakeholder groups. Or if you're a product company, you can even do your product registrations through the portal, where you can have users submit a serial number from a purchase. We can automatically validate that in Zoho through a custom function to make sure that that serial number is valid, and then we can return through the portal gated content. So whether it be promo codes from a purchase or special offers, or maybe some gated content, PDF that they can download, we can automatically facilitate that through the portal behind a secure login that can really extend the whole Zoho ecosystem directly to the client and make some of these business processes that used to be more manual, where we were tethered to email or phone calls or tedious processes to write in a product registration, can now be facilitated all online through the portal. That information syncs with Zoho in real time, so we can really create some efficiency in working with our clients. Let's take a look at any other questions that have popped up. Give me a sec to quickly read this. So we have a question here about the ability to customize the portal with CSS and JavaScript. Really, there's quite a bit of flexibility here. So we've seen use cases where clients have completely revamped the plugin, and the UI can really be honed in however you'd like it, whether you want to embed background images, change the display of the portal to have menu structures moved. We can create some more dynamic animation. You really have quite a bit that you can do to have the portal match the existing UI and brand of your site that you're deploying it on. This can also really help dial in certain UI elements depending on how your users are accessing the portal. So we have another question here about compatibility across different devices. So the plugin itself is mobile optimized. It's going to work slightly differently depending on your WordPress configuration, but it can certainly be used on everything from desktops and laptops to mobile devices. And there are quite a few options to adjust the menu structure and the homepage dashboard that can give users quick, easy access to the information they need. So let me quickly read another message here that we have from another power user. Okay, so we have a great example use case here in extending the portal to affiliate partners. So I touched on this a little bit with the manufacturers example, where we've had manufacturers invite distributors or dealers. Now, it's quite common, especially if you're in the professional services industry, to work with an affiliate network of referral partners. And we have quite a bit of flexibility to actually deploy the portal, not only for an account-based structure or contact, but for vendors as well. So you can actually, depending on how you set things up in Zoho, if you have, let's just say, a third-party sales organization or an independent contractor that does sales for you, and you don't want to give them a full license in Zoho, we can actually deploy a portal for that third-party sales group or affiliate where they can submit leads or even submit whole deals or requests for quotes through the portal. So we can give that sales group access to the portal. We'll set them up as a parent account. They can add in new leads or prospective customers as member accounts or child accounts if you want them to go directly into an account record, or we can have them added in as a lead record and request a quote. Your internal teams can then go through, build the quote, actually upload it to that record in the CRM. That will show up in the portal in the attachment section. We can send a notification to the sales group that their quote is ready. They can go ahead and deliver it, get it signed, upload the signed contract, update a status of the deal through the portal, and then your internal teams can go ahead and facilitate that deal. We can actually deploy two portals, one for that third-party sales group, and then another for that client that was just sold by that third-party sales group. So as we have the partner submit and confirm the deal, then we can invite the customer to another portal with a different brand or a different user experience with different permissions to then be able to track their project or get product information that they ordered. So we have quite a bit of flexibility to give these third-party sales groups that need to be part of the sales process access to a portal. We also have the ability to have a vendor-based portal. And with that, we can actually give some insight into what commissions they're going to get from certain referrals as well. So you can actually create an affiliate dashboard. And we have some great use cases if you'd like to have a one-on-one call to discuss how we can do affiliate tracking and affiliate links that can automatically tag lead submissions from a referral partner, and then deploy a vendor-based portal to show them what their commissions are once deals have gone through from those affiliate tracking links. So quite a bit of flexibility there depending on how you want to deploy different portals for different groups. Okay, let's see if we have any other questions here. Marina and Emmanuel, is there anything that you think that we should touch on here
We have one other question about installations, if we offer installation support or services.
Great. Yeah, so the portal itself is designed to be as easy to set up as possible. So we understand that there's a lot of variability when it comes to Zoho setups, a lot of different apps that could be incorporated. So step one, you can certainly sign up for a free trial and head over to the ZPortals knowledge base for a step-by-step guide on how to self-configure. We're more than happy to spend an hour to help you get started. So we do offer free support in making sure that you have access to the right onboarding and training documentation so that you can self-implement. And then we work with a network of implementation partners. So if you'd like a partner to do a full turnkey implementation for you, we can certainly make those introductions, and those implementation fees will really depend on what your configuration looks like. In most cases, it could be as low as a few $100s to, you know, very robust implementations that have customization in Zoho for product authentication and you know, custom dashboards. You're obviously going to get into a few more hours of configuration there, and we'll leave it to the implementation partners to give those quotes, but you can certainly get up and running for free on your own. Leverage our support. Please, we're very happy to have an introductory call with you, discuss your use case, point you to some case studies and our help documentation. And if you want that extra help, more than happy to introduce you to one of those implementation partners. Okay, so I think that if anyone would like to have a follow-up call, more than happy to jump onto a one-on-one to discuss your use case. Again, we have quite a few users using this portal now, so we have some slick case studies and examples that we can show you how the different features with Zoho can be leveraged to meet your use case. Again, we are going to be running a promotion here for the next couple weeks for extending the trial. So if you'd like to get started, you can head over to ZPortals.com. Go ahead and click on pricing. To get started, you can sign up for that free trial on the basic version. When your trial expires, it'll automatically revert to the basic pricing. The way that our pricing works is really based off of usage. We believe that we want you to make sure that you're getting value out of this plugin, and the more you have clients use it, the more time you're going to be saving on emails and phone calls and building better brand loyalty and better upsell and cross-sell potential. So we want your users to use it, and we only want you to pay for the benefit that you get from your users using the portal. So our pricing model is based off of usage, not off of users. What this means is that you can actually invite all of your clients to the portal. But if you only have a handful of active clients at a time, you may not have a lot of usage on the portal. So you can stick with the basic version. On the other hand, if you have a cyclical nature to your business and you have periods where you have a lot of users registering, if you're a CPA firm, for example, and you have all of your clients uploading their documentation and doing onboarding in tax season, you can upgrade to the unlimited version for a month or two during those busy seasons, and then simply downgrade when you don't have as much usage. So it's a very flexible pricing structure, month to month. Again, we want to make sure that you are getting a lot of value out of this and seeing an impact to your efficiency and customer loyalty. So with that, we certainly look forward to having follow-ups with you folks. Please head over to zportals.com. You can go ahead and chat with us online, give us a call. We will be having a series of follow-up webinars, so check out those if you want to learn about specific industry applications, use cases, case studies. We'll be also doing a full implementation series to do a deeper dive into each of these settings so that you can follow along with us. So with that, thanks everyone for your time today, and we look forward to connecting with you. Cheers.